Okay, so this is the Nissan Magnite. Launched in 2020, it was breath of fresh air for both Nissan and the overpriced Indian car market. This is, by the way, the top spec XV variant. What we are going to talk about is the Nissan Magnite XE variant, launched in 2020. The current price of this car retails at around 6 lakh rupees ex-showroom. Up front, you get this massive Nissan grille, which is, by the way, seen on many Nissan models. Then there are these headlamps. These, by the way, this is a chrome garnish on this specific variant, and if this was the top spec variant, we would have fog lamp over here, but free. 6 lakh rupees gets you an Alto. And this is the new Nissan logo. There's the radiator behind this, and yeah, the big Nissan name. Coming to the side profile of the car, you get this looks of a compact SUV. Well, this is technically not an SUV, but just a raised Datsun ready go, but it works. 205 mm ground clearance, so it definitely has some SUV characteristics to it. Definitely has the rough road usage friendly nature, and just like every other base variant, but you get these fender mounted indicators, but unlike every other base variant, you do not get undersized tires. These are 195 section wheels, and as my experience on the Renault Kiger, these are apt for the car. Like every other base model though, you get these unpainted over beams. What you also get is no center locking, so yeah, back to the Maruti 800 days. But at 6 lakhs in today's market, you cannot get anything better than this for sure. These are manually adjustable over beams, and then there's this beautiful Nissan steering wheel. Some parts like this have been exposed like this, and of course clutch pedal have been exposed to save costs. Of course, this car is all about cost savings, not cost cutting, because this has scored 4 stars in global NCAP. So yeah, this is definitely not a car that has done any sort of cost cuttings. I would say that this car has done a lot of cost savings instead. Other elements of the side profile of the car include these body claddings, which not only help with the design but also with protecting your car from minor dents and scratches. This is of course a roof rail, not usable like the one in the Renault Kiger, but yeah, they have to have it because these are of course compact SUVs. They help with the car looking big, and yeah, these look nice. There's a rear spoiler which helps with the betterment of the design, and overall I think this is a very well balanced design. And coming to the rear end of this car, you get this 336 liter boot, somewhere around 36 liter if I'm not wrong, which is on par with segments other cars like the Exter, Punch, etc. And what is not on par with the segment though is this 80 kmph temporary tire Stepney for the Stepney. It specifically mentions Stepney and temporary use only, and up to 80 kmph, because it is only meant for cost savings again, just like in many luxury cars. So yeah, this is a luxury car. Look, that's it. You get this hook on both sides of the boot. This is, by the way, for light, but of course this car is a base variant, so it does not have a light. Now these seats, although covered in plastics, they can be folded in a complete bench format. Coming to the rear seat of the car, and what you discover is normal stuff like this. What is nice though is this adjustable headrest for both passengers. There's not one for a middle passenger, but yeah, works. Adjustable headrest even for 2 in a base model is a very good thing, because there are many manufacturers who just do not offer a headrest at all in many base variants, and those, by the way, are cars more expensive than this. Also highlights the cost savings is the lightweight doors, but these lightweight doors of course do not mean that it is an unsafe car. It is pretty safe at 4 stars NCAP. This one gets dual airbags, ABS, EBD, the standard kit. Now due to its high ground clearance, getting inside the car is pretty easy. Now it may look like that the legroom is not enough, but this is the minimum legroom, and for minimum this is actually pretty nice. This is the maximum legroom. Lot of space. What also is more space is this. By the way, this is not actually a storage box. If this was the top spec variant, you might have gotten a center armrest for the front passengers, but since it is the top variant, you get this. And talking about more storage spaces, you get a bottle holder and then some, so yeah, pretty decent amount of storage spaces you get inside this car. Coming to the front, the doors are lightweight. Now getting inside is pretty easy. Even here, shutting the door, the keys here, let's see. Oh, low battery again, but this is how the instrument cluster operates. Pretty decent, to be very honest. This is for the headlamps, this is for the washer. Now of course, since this is a display car, I would not like to mess with it. No infotainment system, base variant. AC vents, these actually are Lamborghini Urus shaped and pretty good. Now, while you may consider that this car does not have a lot of features, let me compare it with the legend, the one and only, the Maruti Alto VXI Plus, which is something you get at a price point of around 6 lakhs. That is on road, but again, not a lot cheaper than this. What that car gets in comparison to this is steering mounted audio controls, a touch screen, both of which this car misses. But to be very honest, what I appreciate Nissan for is this. This is a manually adjustable rear view mirror. A fun fact, this feature was not available even in the Tata Nexon XM S variant until 2022. So yeah, in comparison, pretty impressive on Nissan's side to cover all the basic features. Other basic features include these interior lights which glow separately, and in fact there's a interior light for the rear as well. A lot of space in the glove box. There's a lot of space over here for your phone, for some other stuff, for some cups, for some bottles. And there's this, in the absence of a front armrest, the base variant gets a storage box over here. But yeah, if this was a top spec, it would have gotten a center armrest. What it also gets is traction control, electronic stability control, which is nice on Nissan's part to cover such safety features. You do not get a 4-star in cab rating by just being basic. You have to go beyond the basics. Yeah, this is the big, bold, beautiful the Nissan Magnite. It is big. It is certainly big for its price. It is certainly bold in terms of its design, and it is of course beautiful. It is a beauty. The interiors are beautiful. The exteriors are also good. So yeah, at 6 lakhs ex-showroom, this car might translate to around 7 lakhs on road. And I think at this price point, this right here, the Nissan Magnite XE variant, is the best car money can buy. Now, due to some constraints, I have not been able to test drive the 1-liter petrol engine, the 72 horsepower one. People say it is underpowered, but I have not been able to test it. Let me just show you the engine that powers this car. The bonnet is actually heavy, decent weight. There's this insulation, and there's this, not very beautiful, but yeah, this is the 72 horsepower 1-liter engine, which produces 96 Newton meters torque as well, which is slightly on the lower side if you compare it with the segment compared to other cars or at the same price point. They produce somewhere around 65 to 67 horsepower. So yeah, this is definitely better than them. Now, I have not been able to drive this car, but yeah, I'll soon drive this car with this engine in the Renault Kiger. So yeah, stay tuned for that. The Renault Kiger, for the unknown, is the sibling of this car, and hopefully there will soon be a comparison of both the siblings. So yeah, stay tuned. Until then, I bid adieu to this, the 6 lakh rupee Nissan Magnite, the best car you can get for your 6 lakh rupees.